Hello, welcome back to Bedtime Stories, where I review books chapter by chapter and then give my commentary. And then at the end, I give you the review of what I feel about the book and how it read. Okay, so we are continuing on with A Savage and His Lady, and we're going to have pictures of it on either side here. So you get a clear view. It's by Kiara Holtz. And child, let me tell you, child, it gets real. And all I can say is I'm Auntie Domus because I spoke it and it was. Okay? There's some things that I said, oh no, this is going to cause a problem down the line. Okay, I did. I did do that, and I'm finding out. If you want to know what that is, go back to some of the bedtime stories that I did and posted before, and just listen to what I say about some things, and it's going to be a problem. So before we get into chapter 17 and 18, okay, of A Savage and His Ladies, it's time for the bedtime cocktail. Hey, last week, or the last time I posted in episode 13, I showed you a modified old fashioned using tequila and all the other ingredients as if I were making an old fashioned with whiskey. This time, I've gotten some ingredients to make an official Mexican old fashioned. Now let's get into it. So today we're going to still be drinking on this Astral. Okay. But we'll also be using Mezcal. Okay. Mezcal, you say, what is that? Well, Mezcal, for those of you that don't know, that's not bartender, Mezcal is basically tequila. Okay. But the difference between Mezcal and tequila is made from a specific blue agave cactus plant, right? Whereas in Mezcal is made from any variety of agave cactus. Okay, so we're going to be using both of these. All right, let me put the book over to the side so we don't mess it up. Okay, so I'm gonna get me a low ball glass. And I do have the ingredients over here. You probably see it in my glass and reflections. I wanted to make sure I did it correctly. This is not something I do on a frequent basis. Okay, so we're going to have 1.5 ounces of tequila. So it's going to be like 3/4 up. Okay, because one jigger is 2 ounces. Okay, but one jigger is 1 ounce. So why don't a half a jigger is 1 ounce. So I'll use the 1 ounce to measure it out here using, so one half jigger, 2 half jiggers, 3 half jiggers. Okay. Okay. Now, of the mezcal, we do a half an ounce. So that'll be a half of a jigger. So we don't use a lot with this. Okay. I should taste. I want to taste what this mezcal tastes like. I mean, does it taste like tequila? but not. And it's the same. And by the way, the mezcal is 40. I mean 80. I mean 70 as 80 proof, just like the tequila. It's not bad, but I could tell that the mezcal is not the. I could tell. I could tell it's not the same as tequila. You might be, just look when you go to the bar and you ask for a tequila drink, a margarita. Make sure he ain't using mezcal because it's not tequila. Tequila is a blue agave. Make sure you don't see the bottle that doesn't say mezcal on it, and make sure it's regular tequila because I can kind of taste the variety. It doesn't taste like crisp tequila. Mm. It's not extra sweet either. So, hold on. Might as well take it all the way back. So we're going to put agave syrup in it as the sweetener, or I did syrup or nectar. Okay. It says 1 bartender spoon of agave nectar or syrup. And I'm pretty sure one is probably a little more authentic, like natural than the syrup. This I got from the liquor store, ah, closest thing, and 2 dashes of Angostura bitters. Well, this time I have Paychog's bitters because it was cheaper. Five, five, 2 shots of that. Now, what it doesn't tell you is a old fashioned. You usually use a large piece of ice to dilute and cool the drink, the cocktail, correction. So I'm going to do that. Put this ice in here. There you go. Put that over to the side. And just stir. Stir, 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 stir. Oh, I'd be fumbling major time if I was a bartender. It's just supposed to be I get the rhythm, but then I get out of it. Remember, it's all in the wrist. It's all in the wrist. There you go. Okay, that's mixed up. Now we're going to take an orange peel. Now you can see that I've used the orange peel for another cocktail on another show that I do. So we're going to do this. Ooh, just drop right in there. Let me express you first, okay? Express that lemon. What's it? The Ode orange oil expressed over the drink, and it says it's supposed to be a burnt orange peel. So here goes everything. So I'm assuming that burning the peel, well, a flamed oil peel, orange peel. So I'm flaming it. It's flamed. I'm gonna see if that brings out some flavor that I wouldn't expect. All right, so we garnish with that, and I'm gonna add a cherry to it. because I'm different. Yeah, I'm different. And I like cherries. Bang, bang. Two cherries in the middle. Ooh, ooh, ooh. Okay. And here you go. A Mexican old fashioned. Let's see how it tastes. It's good. I think I would have added a little more um, agave syrup. It just, to me, it needs a little more sweetener, but it's smooth. It goes down well. The two agave spirits, the tequila and the mezcal. I feel like the mezcal kind of takes away from it kind of mellows out the tequila. You know what I'm saying? You know how sometimes tequila to still no, even the best ones just like it's like it says I'm tequila bitch. You know what I'm saying? All tequilas, good tequila, even the best ones, Cabo Wabo, one of the best Blanco tequilas out there. Still got the I'm tequila bitch taste to it. But the mezcal kind of smooths it out so it's like, hey girl, I'm tequila. Instead of I'm tequila bitch. You know what I'm saying? Even if it goes like, mm-hmm. Then as it goes down, I'm tequila bitch. But mezcal smooths it out. It's like, hey girl, to the T, to the E, the Q, the U, the I, the L, the A is tequila. You know what I'm saying? That's where it is. But the agave nectar or syrup, I think would have just kind of brought up the flavor. I'm gonna try a couple of more splashes of this Paychard because sometimes the Angostura is a stronger bitter. Mm, it really didn't do it. Anyway, Mexican old fashioned. It is smoother than a modified old fashioned. It is. That mezcal smooths it right on out. Okay, it puts that Colt 45, that Billy D. Williams, in children. If you happen to be running across this video and you're saying, who the heck is Billy D. Williams? Google him, okay? Google the man. He was one of the first sexy black men out there, child. You gonna let my hand fall off? Oh, child. Lady sings the blues. Mm-hmm. Anyway, let's get into this bedtime story, chapter 17 and 18. All right, all right, all right, all right. Okay, so yeah. The chapter 17 starts with Kyra's commentation and she's pushing. She's pushing that newborn baby that they induced the labor because it was close enough. And Nitro was getting impatient. It was ready for her to have that baby. So whatever. So we go down and she pushes and the baby comes. It's a boy. And then the nurse Gabby that helped her out last time, she said, it's getting kind of bad. She's bleeding quite heavily. We can't, you know, she's bleeding too heavy. She's gonna bleed out. Then Nitro didn't give a coot. You know, Kyra said when she looked at the baby, she said, oh, she wanted to smile, but she also didn't want to show too much love to this baby. So to not let Nitro think that she's that he would hurt her even more. You know what I'm saying? Or you know what I'm saying? So, but girl, oh my God, y'all. Let me tell you, I said girl, but girl, guy, men, people, my people. Child, she said she looked at that face and she said she saw the spitting image of Danelle and De Niro. Child, what did I tell you? This is the first time. Flag it right here. Flag it right here, goddamn it. Because I told you. She was real quick to say it was Nitro. But I said, but they had Memphis. You're going to find out that that baby is De Niro's. Auntie Dom is in the place. Just, you know, I'm a prophet. Y'all don't be respecting me, but you know, the word already said, you know, a prophet isn't respected in his own town. So it's all good. I know. Y'all can't see me as this all seeing eye. But child, it was I knew it. I knew it. I knew it. I knew it, daggone it. Daggone it, that's right. She said, this is not Nitro's baby. But she couldn't do it. She was losing blood and she was getting weak. You know, before she know it, Nitro was there to snatch up his son and to get out of it. He said, leave her there. She can die for all I care. So he then left her there and put the baby carefully in his car seat. Now, if she saw that he was looked like De Niro, you mean Nitro didn't see that shit? Or was he so blinded to thinking that this was his child? You know what I'm saying? I'm just saying. And we'll get to the questions at the end, okay? Because I got questions. Okay, so Gabby and so Gabby grabs the phone from under the pillow that she put there so that she can call De Niro. She hung up the phone from De Niro and called 911 before getting the hell up out of there. Child. Then the next section we have Nitro entering in, and he said he grabbed his son up and he was like, "Fuck that bitch." He carefully put his son into his car seat. He's ready to leave. He's going to Atlanta to start a brand new life. And he tells Gabby to come on. Come on. He said, she said, you shouldn't do that to her. I didn't raise you like that. This is Gabby speaking. Guess what we find out, y'all? Gabby, the nurse, is Gabby Nitro's Mexican mama. So he is Afro-Latino. Okay? Oh my goodness. So this is his mama who happened to be a nurse. He said, "You're right. You didn't raise me." So apparently, Nitro's mama left him with his father. Okay. And went about her life doing whatever. She didn't fight for him, none of that stuff, okay? And Nitro was a little bitter about that whole thing. But not him and this son. They get to the airport, so Nitro must be making some money because he got his own plane. So his mama get on the plane, still kind of like, you ain't right. You ain't right. You ain't right. You ain't right. You know what I'm saying? But she stepped on that plane, didn't she? Mm-hmm. So, Nitro basically, at this point, we know that Nitro just, people in his life is to be used to better himself. Okay, put him in a better situation, child. So the mom was there to help take care of that baby because, he ain't know what to do. He don't know what to do. Okay. So he got this baby. The baby's crying like crazy. And then, oh no, I'm sorry, they're on the plane. And his mom says, what's his name gonna be? And so he's gonna be a junior, of course. Of course he's gonna be a junior. She said, Gabby goes on to tell his mama, goes on to tell him, you ain't gonna get away with this shit. Son, you're not gonna get away with this. You can't. You think that woman is going to sit back? What I do know, I said, I know I didn't raise you, she said, but what I do know is a mama is always going to come for her baby. Period. And it kind of was like Nitro just kind of ignored her, but it's like, well, but you didn't, or did she? Because Nitro, maybe she put Nitro in the best position for where she was going, and he left him with his father because he was the most stable. But he wouldn't know that. All he knows is mom left him. So in comes De Niro's commentary. He's pressing towards Kentucky, and he arrives at the address that Dex sent him, and he sees police and all this stuff around him because the 911 they found her, and he was like, the girl that was in here, she okay? And the police officer said, well, who is he? Who is she to you? Well, she's my girlfriend. And he told the whole thing about her being kidnapped and da da da. And the police officer that was talking to him was kind of playing him off. It's like, so she was gone a couple of months and you're just finding out where she is? Like, De Niro was like, woosah. Okay, he was woosah. But then the investigator for the case came in, Detective Tully. And so he went on to explain and then told him this and gave him some information. They exchanged information so that, the whole thing so that he can be told to and possibly catch the other people who have, Nitro, who had the baby. So it's like, he asked, De Niro's like, yeah, yeah, yeah. He answered some of his questions. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Where is she at? And so he got the address to the TriStar Greenview Regional Hospital where Kyra was taken. She was stable, but whatever. So he headed there. Him and Turk headed over there. So now Turk is his right hand man. Apparently, I think. I just feel questions at the end. So they arrive. They get the information what room Kyra was in, the whole thing. He gets in there and she was peacefully sleeping, or at least it seemed. And he went over by her side. And he just looked at her and he moved her hair off her face, and she kind of woke up. She said, am I in a dream? He said, no, baby, it's me. I'm back and I ain't going nowhere. So it's like, oh my God, I'm so happy. Da da da. Kyra, in comes. Then she immediately tells him. She immediately tells De Niro that the baby isn't Nitro's, that it was his baby. And it's like, you talking about if there was, at this point, De Niro said, now we found out that this is my baby. This gonna have to go down. He got to die right. He needs to die yesterday. Okay, that's the way he feels. I'm not saying, we don't know. Okay, at this point, Nitro's the main character. We don't know if it's going to happen. I don't know how this author is going to do this. So anyway, so then in comes Kyra's commentation, where she said 2 days being cooped up in the hospital, she was ready to go. So this is like 2 days after being rescued from the place and all that stuff. She was ready to go. So of course, De Niro probably rented a hotel room. Rented him and Turk a hotel room. Two different ones because they got the money, and not a motel but a hotel. Okay, rented out some money, rented out a hotel, and stayed until she got better. They was not going back to wherever Tennessee they was in. Okay, Nashville. They're in Nashville. Okay, yeah, they was in Nashville. And so he was there to pick her up and drive her home. And as they was driving home, no one really said anything. It was just really awkward. And then Kyra kind of broke and said, "I never told you a thank you for whatever." He was like, "It ain't nothing." She goes and admits that she was the one who assisted in the unaliving of David and the fact that he was part of the plan. This was something that he was doing. And that he was the reason why she was kidnapped and the whole thing. That David was the one behind all of it. But she's like, not that it matters, but because I unalived the homie, and after she said it, De Niro was like, "Well, we will never know, will we? Because you unalived the brother." So, but he's like, "Is it all right now?" Mind you, how you doing, family? I had a technical difficulty in uploading the last video. It only got to Kyra's commentary, so I'm having to redo the end part of episode 14 of Bedtime Stories, which where I do the review of chapters 17 and 18, child. So here you go. Sorry for the close up. Sorry, not sorry. We don't have this. Just a continuation. Now let's get into it. So where I left off in the first half of the video was De Niro and Kyra is driving home from her being in the hospital from the whole kidnapped and childbirth thing, child. Okay, and they were discussing what happened and so on and so forth. Okay. The next paragraph goes into them pulling up at her parents' home. They pulled up to their house, not her parents' home, but to their house. Kyra and to De Niro's home. This is Kyra's commentation. Okay, this is still her commentation, and the all she wanted to see was her daughter Danelle, child. You know what I'm saying? And she walked in the house. It was Danelle with Denise, Lance, and her mother. Okay, she didn't care about none of them people. She went straight to the baby. Danelle, she went and she just hugged her because this is the second time she had been away from her daughter for a long period of time. The first time, and it both was due to Nitro. Okay, girl, bad choices, child. She need to be a part of the single and satisfied we're gonna have on Sunday, too. So, she scooped up her baby, and her baby like, "Hey, mommy!" She was so excited. She hugged her like she never hugged her before. And Denise is like, she just act like ain't nobody else here waiting to see her. And of course, she's like, "Girl, whatever." She knew. She was just like, "Y'all, you forget about everybody else sitting here, right?" Denise, such a friend. He said, "Girl, whatever." So she hugs her and thank you, and her mom tells her, the baby girl, of course, she sees her dad. "Hey, daddy." Hey, daddy. I said, oh, she saw her parents were there as well. So, I got some questions at the end of this one because I have questions, but we'll wait to question time. She says hi to her mom. "Hey, daddy." She hugged her mom and her friends and everything. And her mom tells her that I made some dishes for you. So all you have to do is pop them in the microwave. Okay, baby? That is such a mom, ain't it? That's what us moms do. We want to hug you and hold you when you're older. But the way we really show our love is making sure you fed. Okay? If nothing else, your mama's going to make sure you got some food on your stomach. Okay? So, and that you'll be able to continue being fed. You know what I'm saying? Or, we just think about those little things that you don't have to worry about trying to find something to cook or whatever. I know you just went through a major ordeal. There's some food, the baby, you, De Niro, all will be able to eat, okay? And so, of course, she thanks her mom. De Niro, Turk, and Lanes were all standing in the kitchen in the island talking amongst themselves. And they knew they had something up their sleeves. So he knows De Niro is already, he's talking to his boys and said, I done found out some things, and we really need to take care of some business. Okay, so De Niro, she grabbed up, Kyra grabbed up her daughter Danelle to take her to get a bath. And the baby girl like, bath, mommy? She said, sure enough, let's go ahead and do this. Yes, mommy's going to run you a bath, child. Okay, just a side note, skipping ahead just a little bit. Maybe the baby girl was still telling her, you stanky. Bath, mommy? But I'm just saying, wait till we get there because we're going to find out. So, so she went to give the baby, Danelle, a bath and prepare her for bed. And as she was giving her a bath, she started to cry because it had been like months, okay, at least 3 months that she was gone from her daughter. And she just was so happy to see her and give her the bath and everything that she went through. She just started to break down and cry. And the baby girl, you know how babies are. Mommy, cry. And you know, little baby girl, 2-year-old, you know what I'm saying? Just tears coming down her eye. Seeing her mama cry, she tried to console her. And De Niro comes in behind her. He said, you want me to finish up? And she said, nah, I'm okay. But thank you. And she began to take her daughter out, and she said she wanted a specific type of pajamas. And she just laughed. And, it was a whole mommy-daughter, just after a really traumatic experience type of situation came around. So she walks her to the bathroom, from the bathroom to her bedroom, gets her dressed. Puts her to bed and sings her a lullaby. She said, love you, Mom. And actually, I don't think she sung a lullaby, but she put her to bed and she said, I love you, Mom. Oh, child, this child is trying to make Kyra break down in all the pieces, okay? Well, she walks into the bedroom where De Niro was watching The Wire like he needed it. She's living The Wire right now. Okay, she rolls up to De Niro and snuggles up under him, and she said, ooh, you smell good. And I said, can't say the same to you. That's why I said the baby girl was trying to say, Mommy, you need to get in this bathtub with me. Okay? She said, he responds with, that's what a shower does. She was like, were you trying to say I stink? He's like, well, he was like, well, I mean, how many showers were you able to stay when you was being kidnapped? You know what I'm saying? He's like, she said, shut up, fool. So she goes and take a bath. And, she takes a shower, just washes off all that stuff. After she finished taking a shower, she comes out and snuggles back underneath her man. And, he was like, girl, you lucky. All her body snuggled up against her boo. And you know how we do, women. We be doing the booty scooch. Okay, we be doing the booty scooch, and it's like he was like, "Girl, you lucky you just had a baby." Okay, because I'd be tearing that up. Okay, because this has been again at least 3 months. Because she was 6 months, I believe, when she got when she got kidnapped. So it's at least 3. Okay, so she was like, well, I mean, like, I can still service you, boo. I can still service you. And she did. Okay. All I can say, gok 3,000. Y'all know what that is, okay? So she gave him the gok 5,000, okay? Mind you, she has been away from him for a long time. This is the love of her life. So it ends with him coming closer to her. Okay? That's what I'm just saying. Okay? Seeds were planted. Okay? Watermelon seeds. Okay? I'm just saying. She did. Let me say this. Kyra did her thing. Got up 5,000. Okay? Anyway, so that concludes chapter 17. Now, let's get into chapter 18 because it gets good, child. We start off with Nitro commentary on in the kitchen, and he's standing in the kitchen warming up a bottle for Junior, as he calls him, and he was hollering like he was bloody murder, okay, and he couldn't seem to be able to calm him down. Okay, let me tell you something. Side note: babies be knowing when shit ain't right. Okay? Babies be knowing when shit ain't right. And his mom, Gabby, comes into the kitchen. He's like, I can't seem to get this baby to be quiet. He's like, give me the baby. As soon as she takes the baby just hushes up. He's like, what the WTF? Okay, I'm trying not to cuss, okay? Help me. Okay, pray for me. It's a woman's touch. It's the nurturing energy, number one. Okay, he's missing his mama. Look how he was missing his mom. And he started to, she knew because, babies, especially infants, everything is about feelings. So, of course, she's holding him close to the chest, and he's like, they open his mouth trying to breastfeed. Okay, that's what babies do. Especially ones that breastfeed, or even if they don't, if you put something around their mouths, they're instinctual as infants. They're going to start opening their mouths so that they can receive the nipple. Okay, so she was like, girl, he said, baby, there ain't nothing in there. Hand me the bottle of Nitro. So she continues to rock him and give him his milk. To try, Nitro is tested. You know how you do. You put it on the wrist to make sure it's not too hot for the baby. And he's like, give me the baby so I can feed him. And so he grabs the baby. And I just see Nitro being rough. Give me the baby. So he gives the baby so he can feed him. You know what I'm saying? The whole type of thing. Not rough, but he was a little rough because it says he grabbed the baby. And his mom, he started to notice as he was feeding the baby, he's like, he noticed the tips of his ears and his fingers were dark. Okay, another side note. My son's father is a very fair complected man. Okay, my son came out very fair looking, but on his ears and around his nail bed it was dark. That's where his melanin, and he had blotches on his back with black babies. We will have those little splotches. It seems like it's like all the melanin is in those sections, and then it spreads out in time as they get older from an infant. It spreads out. They shouldn't still be there unless, and that means it just kind of becomes a birthmark. But anyway, and he asked his mom. He said, "Was that a dark baby?" Now, mind you, his mom is Latina. She's a Latinx woman. Okay. And he said, "Nope, you look Mexican." Okay. Even for your daddy to be as black as he was. So he was really dark. His father was really dark. But he wasn't dark. He looked Mexican. So, you only got dark in the sun. And see, but that's not really good because if his father was, that's not a really good answer. But at this point, Nitro is questioning if he's really the father. And it's just like his mom is like, "You sure that's your baby?" She is, she is using her influence. Gabby is like, "You sure that's your baby? Are you sure? Did you do all that to that girl and you weren't positive that this child was yours?" He's like, "Whatever. I got a real good source that said the baby was mine." Okay. "You sure isn't it? Didn't she have isn't the guy she's dating dark complected?" And he was like, "Whatever. This baby, my baby." Okay. But in the back of his mind, he's questioning if this baby is really his baby. Now we get into Kyra's commentary. She's lying on her bed, staring at the ceiling. Couldn't bring herself to really be in the house all day because she has been cooped up for 3 months. She described it like being in jail again. Okay. So being in prison again, you know what I'm saying? So she's like, "Look, I've been cooped up in the hospital. I've been cooped up in 3 months in a room that I didn't know what time. It felt like, like I was in a cell again. I ain't trying to be cooped up in here. I know what the doctor said, but I need to get out this house." So, she went and took a shower, and she got out of the shower. She put on some clothes. She said that she still had the pooch from after having a baby. It hadn't went down on, so she put on a girdle. She put on her finest clothes to go out. And De Niro's like, "Where you going?" He said, "I'm going out. He said, "I'm going out. I'm going to the shop. You know, the shop that you gave me?" He's like, "Well, what? I got people already running at. You need to chill and relax. You just came from a traumatic experience." She's like, "Look, man, I can't be in this house." Now, personally, I kind of felt like De Niro was like trying to keep her from going to the shop because the shop wasn't really her shop. I feel like the shop was a laundering business that he put in her name, child. But we'll see how it goes. But really, I think he had hired people to run the shop, and he wanted her to rest. And she was like, again, "Ninja, I need to get out of here. Okay? Okay? And I'm going to do it by hook or by crook." And he's like, look, okay. Let me get dressed and I'll go with you. So, and at this time, I see she's been gone for 3 months. He ain't trying to let her go nowhere out of his sight right now. Okay, because Nitro #1 is still out there. We don't know if he's gonna come back for her. He doesn't really know, you know. I'm not sure. No, he does know that what's the little chick he was dealing with, Toy. I think it's not Toy. I'm mixing up names, Tyler. What's the girl name that he was dating? I'm hoping I could come up with her name in the, because she has some commentary here. Nothing. I'm not seeing nothing. Oh, I'm gonna Tori. That was her name, not Toy. That's another book. Okay. So we end up him getting dressed and getting ready to go. She said, "Okay, I'm gonna need to stop through to my girl because my eyebrows is, my girl. My eyebrows is crazy right now." So before she goes to the stop, because I'm not gonna go in there looking crazy. Okay, so that's where they planned on going. So, De Niro's commentary comes in, and he's like, he was somewhat shocked that Kara was snapped off on him like she did. I don't know why. This woman has been through a traumatic experience, and she's been like she was in prison again. So she needs to get out, and of course, it's like she ain't let nobody, even not her best friend and the love of her life, stop her. So he mentions that he didn't like going back to the hood. So her eyebrow archer, whoever does her eyebrows, lives in the hood, and he didn't like going back there, child. They is out of the hood. We don't live in the hood, which is kind of funny because it seems like, how was he back in? Why did he say it like he was going back to the hood? Anyway, that's a good question to keep to the end. But I just have to have a side note. Why was he saying going back when it just seems like, first of all, if his family is in the life, and that's what I'm getting from what I've read, to the point that, was it Turk was upset that they did that. He was like, he came to us, I don't want no problems with De Niro, with that family. For some reason, I feel like he wasn't living in the hood. Okay. And neither was Kyra. They were raised, it seemed very suburb. So I will take it as that he didn't like going to the hood. I'm pretty sure he's done business there, but he don't like going there. You know what I'm saying? It's like, if he like me, I don't like to see poverty. Especially if I made it so that I wouldn't have to be in that type of situation. Cheers to that. But he mentioned he didn't like going there, to going back to the hood. So Kyra goes in to get her eyebrows arched. She's like, don't take forever. I hope she mentions that she hopes that she ain't busy. I hope she can get me in and out. So while she's in there getting her eyebrows arched, he doesn't go in there with him. Just so guy. Of course, what is he going to do? Go in there to get his eyebrows arched with her? Child, no. So he waits out in the car, and he turns on the radio, listens to some music, and he notices a familiar person coming out of an establishment across the street. And he looks like, who is that? That looks very, very, she looks very familiar. And it is, she was coming out of Prince's Hot Chicken. Now that tells me, I think that, okay, I'm just side note. There is a restaurant called Hattie B's Hot Chicken. And I feel like she replaced Hattie B's because she couldn't use his name. okay, in the book. She didn't have the right to use that trademark in her book. But then it could be a Nashville thing where they have hot chicken. It's not buffalo wings, but it's like spicy hot chicken. I still haven't been to Honeybees, but I want to go there. But either way, so he sees someone coming out of that spot, and let me see. Those are the middle of the hood. You get your haircut, lays nail, blah. Jennifer, hungry, choose princess. Okay, so she was over there, and he was watching many people come in and out of Princess Chicken, and that's when he notices Ivy. Poison Ivy, I'm gonna call her. Okay. He's like, what's she doing? And he yells out her name, Ivy. What the hell? What's going on with you? Okay. So mind you, he's really pissed off. Kinda, because he thinks that she sent the video of them having the Okay. Well, not like that, because that would be scissoring. He's not a woman. But you know what I'm saying? He wanted to talk to her. And she tried to act like she didn't hear what he heard, right? And he was like, this bit. I ain't say the word. It just sounded like it. This bit. Okay. Anyway, he mumbled to himself as he goes to kind of run over, like, hey, I called you, Ivy. Hello, I see you, right? You trying to act like you didn't hear me, but I know you heard me. He's like, why are you running from me? Why are you running? Maybe because you sent the video to my girl, okay, to try to sabotage my relationship. And she was like, look, first of all, I never sent anything. I didn't send anything to your girl. I sent it to Nitro. Now, what he did with it, I don't know. All I did was record it and send it to your boy Nitro. Okay? And he was like, Nitro. You know how like on Seinfeld, and it's Newman. He said, this guy's a fungus. God, he did everything and knows everybody. How he know you? How you know him? Like, what is really good? She was like, man, he's like, oh. After he hears this, he's like, oh, this guy's a fungus. And then she tells him, says, De Niro, a lot of ish been going on, but I'm pregnant. And he's like, what? Now, in the first video that you didn't get to see, I said this. That I reminded you, I said it several chapters ago when he was doing what he was doing with Ivy in the in the VIP. Okay? In the champagne room. Okay? That she's going to come up preggers. And she did. He said, girl, go ahead. Stop playing with me. He's like, yeah, I am. She's like, I am. I said, and you saying it to me like I'm the father. I said, you's a hoe. And you need to admit it. Don't take it back because you did the shit. Okay? But De Niro was like, nah. I was like, I don't know how many dudes you done slept with. How you going to try to pin this on me? And she was like, hold up, sucker. My profession has nothing to do with how I sleep. I'm a dancer. I don't be sleeping with my customers. You was an ex-boyfriend. You were a special case. Okay? So, well, he was a special case because she was setting him up. Mm. You're not. He said, I mean, you're a whole stripper. That's what he said. You're a whole stripper. I don't know how many people you just slept with. That's when she checked him. And he's like, so he's like, oh my God. Oh, I just can't seem to get right now. Kara is going to spaz. And it's like, right as she's saying that she's reiterating that she's pregnant by De Niro, that's when Kyra walks out. Girl, look, she got some timing on her ass. She walked out talking, catching Nitro on the phone with Tori, and now she's walking out to this. Okay. And she's like, what did you say? I said, oh, yeah. And Ivy's like, I'm trying to tell your man that he got a baby on the way. What? De Niro is fertile. Okay? Look, reading this book, I feel like I might be pregnant by De Niro. Good Lord. Anyway, so moving on. So, Kyra is two through. Said, not only did you cheat on me, but you didn't even wear a condom with this hoe? I'm too through. I am too through. Take me home. Okay. So, so she's too through to find out that he done got this chick pregnant. Another one. And another one. Okay, so Kyra's like, take me home. Honest to God, I'm too done with you, De Niro. So then we come into Kyra's conversation. You said, can you imagine the pain I felt right now? I was expecting to come outside and hear the things I heard. She was like, ugh. First of all, actually, Kyra, sit down. Before you want to leave everybody, you know, granted, the author is painting Kyra as a person who was in a relationship with one person, but, you know, she's still sleeping with De Niro. So she cheated on Nitro all day and every day. You know what I'm saying? Because of Memphis. You know what I'm saying? But then you want to get mad because some hoe who tried to set him up happened to get pregnant and is keeping the baby. Right? So, once they get to a certain point, Kyra, he asks her, say, look, she's so hot that she can, whatever. He's like, look, do you want me to go and get Janelle or nah? Because at this point, they're arguing. And all she did, she was like, she hit him with the right hook. Bitch! I said it that time. She hit him with a cross, and De Niro didn't respond because he knew he deserved it. She got out as soon as they pulled up to the house, she got out the car, ran straight into the house to pack up her stuff again. Okay, again. I don't know where she going. Where you gonna go? So you're not gonna get with your man? You know you love this man. This is some effed up stuff. Okay, I told you it was getting juicy. So I told you I told y'all a few chapters ago that Ivy was gonna get knocked up. Because he didn't use no prophylactics. Okay. See, they're arguing the whole thing. Uh, they're arguing. They're going back with you had a choice. Da 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 da. And then he's like, "Oh, a dude messed up one time, and you really willing to kick our whole relationship to the curb for this one time, you know?" And in actuality, since they have been together officially, it was one time. Okay? But they've been loving and sexing each other for years. You know what I'm saying? And trying to fake like they're just best friends when they knew they were more. And I kind of agree with De Niro on this one. He did majorly messed up, but he was warned. But he went with it, he just went with it. And, he was weak. Men are simple. Men are simple. Like a man, like it was a song. What was his name? Kanye did it. I can't remember the name of the song, but I remember the lines. How I'm gonna be faithful in a room full of hoes, and men are really simple like that. I mean, if you got women throwing it at you, you ain't running hard. Okay, no matter how wonderful the woman and how much you are in love with the woman you have at home. So, she packs up her stuff, gets into one of their cars or his cars and drive away. He's like, "Yo, how you mad at me and you're leaving with my ish?" And he was like, "In my car." She was like this. She was like, "I'm out like this." She drove away in his car. What are you gonna say? What are you gonna do? He know he was wrong, and he knows that she's hurt. You understand? She just had a baby that was taken by her ex, who thinks the baby is his. Okay, who's a whole savage, for real, for real. Okay, he thinks nothing of taking a life. And then to come back to find out that he slept with, that Nitro set up, which she still needs to understand that Nitro set that whole thing up. Her mom kind of helped her understand that that's the reason why she kind of like forgave De Niro, but she doesn't know that Nitro set that all up to trap him. Okay? So, that's the end of chapter 18. Oh, no. Before I say it's the end, it's not the end. After she drove away, she calls King's wife Diamond and said, "Yo, I remember you had a place that was empty. Look, me and De Niro got into it. You mind if I stay in that condo?" She said, "Girl, sure. She said, "I'll meet you at so and so and so and so, and I'll get you the key. So just go ahead and meet me over there." You know what I'm saying? And that is the end of chapter 18 of A Savage and His Lady. Now, here comes the questions. Do you think Kyra? I don't think Kyra and De Niro is going to be apart for very long, especially once Kyra understands the whole setup of everything. That's if she gives De Niro a chance. And I feel like because she loves him, she might, but will she give him another chance? Is this the end of De Niro and Kyra? Okay. Will Nitro mistreat that child once he realizes he's starting to really think this child isn't his? And as it gets older, I mean, first of all, will Nitro be able to raise that baby to old enough, to the age of being old enough to really see De Niro in that child. And then once he realizes, is he going to mistreat that child? Is he going to use it to get back at Nitro, or as a bargaining chip so that De Niro don't, you know, him? You know what I'm saying? I wonder, is Gabby, Nitro's mom, going to help return that baby back to its mother? I feel like she might end up being the reason why she might help somehow to get him, or she's going to turn him in some way, form, or fashion. I feel like his mother, as a mother of a son, if it were me, I'm going to support my son to a point. She's trying to tell him, like, you're not going to get away with this, baby. You're not. She's trying to get him to understand, like, you can still get out of this if you just return that child to his mother. Just return the child back to his mother. Okay, work something out, but return him to his mother. We've done enough. I mean, if you know what I'm saying? She's trying to convince him to, like, see, but we as mothers, we're going to support our sons right or wrong at times. You know what I'm saying? And at the very most, we're not going to snitch on our sons. We're not. Not on purpose. You know what I'm saying? We don't try. We don't want to unless we think it's for the best for you. You know what I'm saying? So I just feel like she's gonna just continue trying to. But if he gets caught, she's gonna be like, she's gonna be like, what? Who? Me? Oh, who am I? I'm just his mother. He pulled me in and he asked me to help out with something. I had no idea what he was doing until he did it. And at that point, I had already helped out. I feel like that's what she's going to do. So I feel like the question is Gabby going to help turn him in or convince him to get that baby back so that he won't have more issues? Will De Niro actually finally end the Nitro and his tirade, or whatever you want to say it? Is he going to finally get to him? Is Kyra and De Niro really over? I don't think so. Personally, I don't think so. I would really like to see them finally, at the end of the book, I'd like to see them together. At the very least, if not married. Finally. You know, my question is, how is it that the parents, like, Kyra's parents be seeming like they don't really know what it is, but they know what it is. You know what I mean? It's like, I wonder if Kyra's parents is in the pharmaceuticalism business. I'm just saying. They live next door. Do they know about De Niro and their family and what they really do for a living? Okay? Is Ivy going to really have that baby? Is Kyra going to actually be a savage and try to take out Ivy? That part, honey, child. Is De Niro going to step up and be the father to Ivy's child. I think it's only fair that Kyra would step up and be the stepmom to Ivy's baby, because that's exactly what she was asking of De Niro with Nitro's before she realized it wasn't Nitro's baby. She expected De Niro. De Niro eventually gave in. It's like, I'm the pappy. You know what I'm saying? I'm the pappy. It's like, I'm gonna take care of this child. I mean, because I love his mother, and so I'm gonna have to love everything that comes with her, including this child. So I feel like Kyra should, right? Will she accept this child? Will this baby be born alive? We don't know. We don't know. I guess we're gonna see in chapter 19 and 20. That's all I have for y'all. God's willing, this will be enough. And we'll finish it off, and I'll come back with you to do the next episode of Bedtime Stories of A Savage and His Lady. Thank you for bearing with me with the technical issues, and thank you for watching. I appreciate it. Go get the book. Go get the book for yourself. Don't just trust my commentary. Buy it. Kiara Holtz, Savage and His Lady. Okay? Bye now.